The end of history will come with the triumph of love over evil, but in the meantime, many troubling questions remain. How can we think and talk about the problem of evil in a way that might be helpful? What might be going on behind the scenes? Let's refer to Iyob, chapter 38, verses 1 to 12. Then Yahweh answered Iyob out of the whirlwind and said, Who is this who darkens counsel by words without knowledge? Now gird up your loins like a man, and I ask you, and you answer me. Where were you when I laid the foundations of the earth? Declare if you have understanding. Who appointed its measurements, if you know, or who stretched the line upon it? Upon what were its foundations sunk, or who laid its cornerstone? When the morning stars sang together, and all the sons of Elohim shouted for joy, or enclosed the sea with doors, when it burst forth and came from the womb, when I made the clouds its garment and thick darkness its swaddling band, and assigned for it my law, and put bars and doors, and said, This far you have come, but no farther, and here your proud waves stop. Have you ever commanded the morning, and caused the dawn to know its place? Who is this that darkens counsel with words without knowledge? In this, the Lord focuses Iob's mind on the fact that there are things happening behind the scenes that you are not aware of. He gets Iyob to focus on the things of the heavenly, that there is an order for everything, and even darkness has been stirring up things in the heavens to twist Yahweh's magnificent ways and laws that are in the universe. Yahweh gets Iyob to focus on the fact that he was listening to words that have no understanding, which have been bringing him such depression, such anguish and distress, which have clouded his thoughts and brought much confusion to his mind, which needed to see the discernment of matters. Through Yahweh's speech, we are hearing of how his order is and will be established for all time, also demonstrating things that are unseen and that are happening behind the scenes, that no human beings were given permission to know on beforehand. Much is going on in the spirit realm, in the heavenlies, especially with battles between the angels and the demons, between truth being spoken and lies being spoken, discernment needed, and where foolish thoughts are also being heard. The spirit realm is more real than you think, beloveds. Beyond God, what you think and say and do, because all of these have effects in the spirit world, both to harm you and to bring you good. If, for example, you are thinking pure thoughts and speaking truth and wisdom, a surge of blessing shall produce from the heavenly courts of Yahweh. If, however, you are listening to negativity and negative people throughout the day, be on guard, because this opens doors to demons taking root and establishing a place in your mind to twist your thoughts and turn them into negative ones all day long. To replace this, as you're speaking negatively, you can revert that by speaking positive and by thinking positive, to not give any demon any stronghold to latch onto. Another example, if you watch or listen to sin constantly, it will have an effect, and every thought you will have will be on display in the spirit realm to harm you. Beware and stay vigilant in the spirit to always think purely. In the narrative, Iyob had suffered much and had voiced many questions himself about why so much evil and suffering had befallen him. He requested an audience with Yahweh in order to seek answers to his questions, not knowing that far more was going on behind the scenes in the heavenly court. Yahweh's response to Iyob is striking. Specifically, the Lord answered Iyob out of the whirlwind and said, "Who is this who darkened counsel by words without knowledge?" One translation puts it this way: "Why do you talk so much when you know so little? Where were you when I laid the foundations of the earth? Tell me if you have understanding." What does this illuminate about our own position? For this, we will go to Iyob chapter 42, verse 3. "Who is this that hides counsel without knowledge? Therefore I declared, but I did not understand, wonders beyond me, which I did not know." In this verse, we can see the imperfection of Iyob, that without Yahweh's counsel, understanding, and wisdom, we cannot understand his ways or his commands fully to comprehend the most divine and kadosh matters. With this in mind, we must humbly recognize what our position is with the Lord, the Adon. We are, after all, humble beings who live to serve, obey, worship, and do the will of the Abba Father. Knowing this, every action, thought, and word spoken must be aligned with the word of Elohim, who made us to be his perfect image. If we do not align with this, then we are not following Yahweh's most divine decree. Therefore, let us re-establish ourselves every day to know we are meant to be creatures who are happy to serve and obey our Creator and be a perfect mirrored reflection of who Yahweh is. He has taught us how to do this through Yeshua, his Son, and the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit, is here to guide us into that specific pathway, so long as we listen to Yahweh's voice and not a firm one that is all about destruction, lies, deceit, and harming others. Think before you speak, before you act, and before you think, and in this you shall be wise little doves. By his responses to Iyob, Yahweh made it clear to Iyob that there are many things that Iyob did not know and did not understand. Like Iyob, we too should humbly recognize that there are many things going on in the world and behind the scenes that we know nothing about. The fact that we may not know the answers to our questions does not mean there are no good answers, or that one day everything will not be resolved. Until then, we need to trust in the goodness of Yahweh, which has been revealed to us in so many ways.